What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels good to be a horror fan. So you guys, today we're going to talk about some Halloween and speculations and theories. And yeah, man, these are some crazy theories. So I kind of got these theories, something that I've been thinking about, plus with some new images we got from a couple scenes with the TV spots that I've been thinking about. So if you guys are not fans of watching the TV spots, or you don't want to dive deep and get a thought of what the tone of the movie and what's going on, I'll give you guys a chance to leave before we get deep into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you guys, if you watch the one of the most recent TV spots, we get a TV spot with it kind of show us not too much, same type of thing with TV spots, showing us little glimpses and little fast, things. You gotta catch it if you gotta really pay attention now. So we get this kid, and with this kid, I think this is definitely the kid that Corey's gonna be accused of killing. Obviously he's the kid, and we get him saying that Michael Myers, he kills babysitters, he doesn't kill kids. Now, the immediate thing I thought about with this is that Corey is actually going to possibly be telling this kid about Michael Myers and what he does, and kind of trying to, scare him. It's Halloween night. Remember what he said, you guys. It's Halloween night. We're going to have fun. And I think Corey is showing us with this possibly that Corey's interested in a boogeyman, before, kinda. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe he kinda, just brings him up. It can be a possibility that he still gains the obsession over time, but it's starting to look like, with him saying this to this kid, obviously this baby, saying that he's interested in the boogeyman, almost like how Tommy Doyle was in '78. You don't believe in the boogeyman, and talking to Laurie type of thing. So I can see that kind of energy going on right there, that Tommy Doyle and Laurie energy from '78, but the kid saying, Michael doesn't kill kids. Obviously, Corey has stated to him that Michael kills kids, trying to scare him. Now, to follow up off that, possibly, like, I'm thinking that could possibly like the opening scene to kind of, get us invested in Corey, because to be honest, I really think they're going to have to put Corey in our face soon as the movie starts, because he hasn't been present through none of the other films. They're just giving us a new character. So I could see Corey being brought to us like right in the beginning of the movie. I could be wrong, but yeah. So we kind of progress through this, and we see Corey on the stairs like he's talking to someone, and he says like, I looked him in his eyes. He could possibly be talking to Laurie or Allison, in my opinion. I could see him talking to him, especially because I've been touching on previous videos, that I think that it could be a possibility that Corey can possibly be using Allison, just to get info on the boogeyman, and just kind of use her to get to Laurie Strode, because he is obsessed with Michael, obviously, so he wants to keep that legacy alive, almost how it was with Dr. Sartain. Or it can be just simply Allison actually is telling Corey about her situation with the boogeyman, how he took her dad, her mom, her ex-boyfriend, and he's like, I seen him. And she's like, maybe that can be the moment where they're going back and forth about Michael. Or, listen, you guys, maybe he's telling Allison, she doesn't, still is in that mindset, like, where she doesn't believe. Maybe he's like, I seen Michael. I seen him, I looked him in his eyes, and maybe, he's venting to, Allison, and she's like, really? Or something. It could be that, or it can just be that she's listening to him, and this is him telling her he's seen Michael, and she's probably like, no, like, how Allison is, almost that type of energy she had in Kills when they told her Michael's alive, and she's like, what? But so he has the mask at this point. Obviously he probably hasn't told her or nothing. Of course he hasn't told her, but he has the mask at this point. And maybe Laurie's like walking around in the area, she's hearing everything, and she's probably like, he's weird. But yeah, I think that it can be that type of thing too, where he just wants to get to Laurie and take out Laurie to have the story complete with Michael type of thing, because if he's obsessed with him, like I said, it could possibly be Corey's room or something with those newspapers on the wall. But we kind of to think about Corey and Allison. I definitely think it can be that too. If Laurie's coming between Corey and Allison, that he just wants to take Laurie out. Maybe he's putting in Allison's ear, like, you know, I seen him and looked him in his eyes, because he has in his mind, you know, maybe he knows that Michael's hurt. Maybe, you know, Michael's still dormant in the sewer. Maybe Michael doesn't come right away. I don't know. I don't see Michael, you know, waiting. In my opinion, I see him coming straight after him after he takes the mask. But maybe it's kind of, you know, Michael has to search for him, so he has, you know, time on his hands. But it, you know, Michael does his stuff, and this tells me a lot. This tells me that Michael's going to be unmasked for a while. Especially, you got to think of it like this, you guys. If he took Michael's mask, right, and he's on the stairs, like comfortable talking to someone, not nervous, and he doesn't have to get up on, he's just sitting on the stairs, that tells me that Michael's unmasked, walking around Haddonfield, just searching for Corey. You know, something like that. Or possibly Michael's not searching for Corey. Maybe, you know, he's hurt, because you remember what David Gordon Green said, Michael's in bad shape. He's in dormant, you know, he's going to rot away and stuff like that. So it could play in both, but it does kind of make sense. Like, it's like, damn, so Corey, you, after you take Michael's mask, you're on the steps talking to someone, like, you're not, like, you know what I'm saying? So this shows me something I've been talking about in many previous videos, that possibly began some kills with Michael unmasked. We having Michael walk around Haddonfield with no mask, so that's going to be real different. I told you guys I feel they was pushing towards that in kills. But okay, so when he said he's seen Michael and looked him in his eyes, that is definitely that scene where Michael grabs him in the sewers. Maybe Michael just, obviously he gets away. So, but I don't know, a lot of people like, man, he's dying right there. No, he's definitely getting away. I think that's kind of, you know, showing us that he's going to take that mask right there in that moment. Something's going to happen where Michael gets distracted, or Michael's like, you know, like I've been saying in videos, you guys, you know, I've been saying it, I like scary. He's weak, so he collapses like, you know, Myers did in Halloween 5 when the guy, you know, came across him after he comes out the body of water and stuff, and he grabs when he collapses. Maybe that's something with Michael, and Corey's looking like, what the you know, and he takes his mask, and, you know, Michael's weak. Or, you know, people, you know, are out there saying that they thought Corey will die in that. But I told you guys, and you play with the fact, what if Corey's like that guy in Halloween 5 and he takes care of Michael, you know, and then when Michael gets up on his feet and realizes this guy's taking advantage of him and took his mask and killing with his image and stuff, Michael actually, you know, comes after him. Now, I told you guys, it can go either way for me. Michael takes out Corey, or something else I want to talk about. Okay, Laurie takes out Corey, obviously, just off of her just thinking that it's Michael possibly. Or Allison has to do it. You know, if they're dating, Allison has to do it. That's going to be crazy. You know, that's going to be real crazy. Just maybe, you know, it's going to be something like where him and Laurie are battling. You know, him and Laurie are battling or whatever, and Allison comes in the middle of the battle. She's like, Allison! And she's like, you know, Allison's unaware. She's unaware. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. And maybe Corey still, you know, has the mask. Maybe Laurie takes it off, but Corey puts it back on, you know, to kill with the costume on, and Allison comes in thinking it's Michael. And, you know, I don't know, it can go either way. Maybe Laurie tells Corey, like, Laurie tells Allison, it's Corey, and she's like, what? But she just sees Michael in his get-up. She doesn't know it's a copy, and Allison kills him and unmasks him, and it's like, what the fuck is Corey? And maybe Laurie gets to explain everything to Allison about the shit she's been doing on the side, you know, being overprotective, and why she's been being overprotective, and just, you know, stalking him and trying to keep Corey away, because like I said, Laurie definitely is going to feel some type of energy with Corey where she doesn't want him around Allison, possibly because he's been accused of killing someone, and she just dealt with Michael. So it can be something like that. But I think it would be so crazy if Allison takes out Corey, because she was going to have to kill her partner in order to defend, you know, her grandmother, especially if they have that type of, like, you know, thing going on where Laurie and Allison are not seeing eye to eye, and Laurie's trying to tell Allison something about Corey, and, you know, Allison's like team Corey, like, no, grandmother, you know, you're tripping out and stuff like that. But then in the end, you have to take out Corey and take your grandmother's side, because guess what? Laurie's never wrong, type of thing. But okay, so we see that he, you know, Michael possibly grabs him and, you know, looks him in his eyes, and Corey takes the mask right there. We even get a picture of Michael with the webs and stuff in his face. I think that's us in POV looking at Michael. That's what, you know, Corey said, I looked him in his eyes, you know. I think Michael's gonna look at him, you know, the blackest eyes, and that's why he's probably, maybe that's the moment where he gets obsessed with Michael. You know, maybe I touched on it, you know, not too long ago in this video. Maybe he starts off like, and that's why he's telling the kid that, because it's showing he has an obsession with him. Or maybe when he looks at him, that's why he's like, I looked him in his eyes. Maybe it's something like that where he saw something in it that he, you know, but he has the mask and everything. Now maybe he tries it on, type of thing. But anyway, so I kind of get that going, and that's why I think Laurie's going to see something with him, because his energy is going to be off. Maybe in the beginning, you know, Laurie kind of tries to help him, or she just like strictly fuck Corey. I don't want to be for him because off of his resume, but maybe she sees his energy change, you know, over 4 years or something like that. You know, maybe he's starting to get darker and weirder and bringing up Michael a lot, you know. So that's why we get these spotty shots of like Laurie looking like she's searching for someone and stuff like that. But yeah, I even touched on the fact that maybe also Corey kind of brings Michael to Laurie type of thing. He's like, you know, I'm gonna bring Michael to Laurie because you're coming between me and Allison, and you know, it's like he kind of does a Dr. Zartane type of thing. I can see that happening. Like he brings him in an area and her and Michael bump heads, and he's hoping that Michael kills her type of thing, you know. But I think that's what's going to be the case. I think he's going to end up having to, you know, try to do it himself or whatever, and it's not going to work out. It's going to be something where Laurie either fucks him up. Maybe it can be like this. Laurie fucks him up bad, and then Allison comes in and finish him. But I won't be mad if Michael comes in, they kind of lock eyes, Corey and Michael again. It's like Michael or something, and Michael just kills him, takes his mask. Either way, this shows us Michael is going to be unmasked, which is crazy because we got it in the previous TV spot when Michael grabs the mask off the floor. He's going to put it on, so that just shows us that Corey is, he's done. So you know, it can be either all three. It can be Laurie, Allison, or Michael. Comment down below, you guys, who do you think should take out Corey? Allison, Laurie, or Michael? I think it would be fucking crazy to see Allison take him out, and have to, because her grandmother was right. You know, like she said, my grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real. See what I'm saying, you guys? But last thing I want to kind of touch on with this is we get Laurie and Michael battling. We get Laurie and Michael battling in the kitchen or whatever, but she has Michael on his back, obviously. And I'm saying that this is Michael, but it can possibly be Corey too. But she's taking the mask off. We only get to see, you know, half of the face. I'm feeling that it's more Michael, in my opinion. But she's like, you know, you came to kill me, now do it. Now, I think because when David Gordon Green said that Michael's in bad shape, I think it's, you know, that's going to be the Laurie's advantage. You know, Michael's going to be in bad shape type of thing. I'm not saying he's not going to be fighting back. He's throwing her in the trailer, you see her. But it's going to be, you know, she stabs him in the hand, obviously, and stuff like that. So maybe he just laid out, or he's playing possum. But we definitely see him get up at a 90-degree angle somewhere in this scene. But I think that's what's going to be the case. Like, Michael's obviously out cold. And I think that, you know, she's just done, and she pulls the mask off of him. And maybe it's like a jump scare moment where he gets up. Or this would be fucking wild, I think, if it happens. You know, she has that sky blue shirt on. That kind of helps me a lot with these scenes. Maybe it's Corey. Maybe she's been following Corey throughout the movie. This kind of makes sense. She's been following Corey because you got her looking through this window. You got her kind of stalking by the radio tower with two people standing right there, possibly Allison and Corey. And, you know, maybe it's like something like that where she's like stalking him the whole movie type of thing. Maybe even get some like reverse shots with Laurie standing like Michael by a tree, stalking Corey and Allison on dates and stuff. And, you know, she knows that he wants to kill her. And it's almost like, yeah, like Laurie setting Corey up. She knows he's going to try to do something to her because maybe he told her. I even touched on, you know, past videos that maybe they have a little side thing going on. He was like, I'm going to have Allison to myself. Or he's like, you know, Laurie, I'm going to make sure that Michael's going to come back for your ass. Or, you know, I will do anything to have Allison to myself type of thing. So she's kind of getting that vibe. Like, Allison, you got to stay away from him. He's dangerous. But it's almost like that's why I can say it's Corey too. She takes the mask off, like, you know, maybe he's injured, like, and he's not Michael. And she's like, you know, you came to kill me. Now do it. Now do it. Type of thing, you know, and it goes from there. Or like I said, it can be Michael, and he's just in bad shape and he can't keep up with Laurie right now, because like David Gordon Green did say that he's in bad shape. So we find out right here though that probably this is probably a hat tip moment to, you know, 78 where she takes the mask off of him. You know what I'm saying? So obviously Michael's going to be unmasked. Looks like a lot in this movie. So yeah, comment down below what you guys think about everything we touched on. I like Scary, but unfortunately this is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social media. I like Scary on Instagram, I like Scary77 on TikTok, Brown on Facebook, and I like Scary on Twitter. And don't forget you guys become a member of Patreon, exclusive content and benefits of the channel. And right there where it says subscribe, next to it click join and become a member of the channel. Check out the official I Like Scary merch store. And yeah, you guys, watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.